I want to make this very clear. I think there are tantalizing rookies here, but none of which, this isn't a standout year where I'm jumping on a guy in the first or second round, even in a keeper
No.
league. I think there's no like clear-cut running back, anything like that. So we're going to get nuts here, man. There's 2 weeks left here for weekend. I'm throwing everything off kilter right away, and I'm not letting you do this. I'm taking Romeo Doubs, whatever the heck his name is, that has gone off for the Packers, the rookie wide receiver they didn't expect to go crazy. I think he's going to make the team, and I've just seen enough. He's given me Victor Cruz in 2010 preseason vibes.
Wow.
And you're talking about a team in the Packers that desperately needs receivers to make plays. He's made them all throughout camp and preseason. Even if he's not quite ready those first 3 weeks and the Packers bring him along slowly, I think he makes plays this year for Green Bay. That's a late round stash and hide for me, and won't let my others in the league take him on a waiver wire later on.
Wow, that you just completely threw everything upside down with that first pick.
Let's
Romeo
get nuts,
from Green
Mack.
Bay.
Let's get nuts.
Crazy. All right. Well, look, whether you're in a PPR league or not, receivers are more valuable than ever in fantasy football. And so I think I'd be crazy to not double up on receivers here, because I think, again, when we look at the picks that were made in this year's draft, the rookies that are available, I like Drake London and Chris Olave. They are my 2 and my 3. I think London's going to get a ton of balls thrown his way in Atlanta. I think especially once Desmond Ridder comes on and takes the job away from Mariota, he'll get even more. I think Olave walks into a situation in New Orleans where there's some veterans around, there's some leadership in place, won't be asked to do too much, but we've already seen him make a few big plays in the preseason. So it's going to be Drake London 2 and Chris Olave 3.
I love those picks, and I'm going back to my reasoning for pick number 1. For my pick number 4, I'm taking Skye Moore off the board in Kansas City as well. Sorry, I got to do it, because much like that Packer wide receiver room, right? We look at the Chiefs now in the post-Tyreek Hill era and go, all right, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Juju Smith-Schuster, but they spent a quality starting pick on Skye Moore here, who I think, by the way, if you look back at mock drafts, every beat reporter had Skye Moore going to their team, right? He was like that guy everybody fell in love with, second, third round and beyond.
Trendy pick,
Skye Moore, first of all, I'm asking a rookie to play with Patrick Mahomes and put up fantasy points. I don't think that's an outrageous ask. I will take Skye Moore 4th overall. And I will take our first running back off the board with pick number 5. Look, I'm here in New York, and the Jets have confused everybody by having both a Breece and a Bryce Hall. The running back is Breece Hall out of Iowa State, 2nd-round pick, and he has looked the part. Now, they have obviously Michael Carter, who's played well out of North Carolina, but I think Breece Hall is going to be a running back, true RB1 for the Jets this year, and I think he's going to get the bulk of the carries, and I think, as an RB2 on your fantasy team, I think you could be in good shape there.
Yeah, and you know what? That leads me right into my next pick, which is a guy who should be RB1, who should get the bulk of the carries. Granted, he's playing for a bad team, a team that's going to be behind a lot, a team that's going to be throwing the ball more probably. But I like him more than Rashad Penny. I like him better than anybody else, to be honest, in the Seattle backfield. I like Kenneth Walker III, the Michigan State product. Give me him 6th. And give me another wide receiver, because I've already placed my Offensive Rookie of the Year bet on him after 1 preseason game. He didn't do as much in a second preseason game. We'll blame the quarterbacks for that. George Pickens out of Georgia, Steelers wide receiver. Okay. Yes, I am a homer. I will take him.
Okay, so I have 2 picks left to play with here out of our rookie draft. I am going to go here. I kind of hate this, but I like it at the same time. I'm going to take Treylon Burks on the Titans here. He's a guy who's, I think
I like that.
He's going to unfairly be asked to replace the production of A.J. Brown right away, and I'm not so sure what the Titans are going to look like passing-wise on offense. I'm kind of in a purgatory mode with the Tennessee Titans this year, but you got to take a flyer on Treylon Burks. And now my last pick is something you'd have to scroll all the way down probably to the 40s to see on fantasy rookie boards. But I am going homer with you, and I am telling you, as a tight end 2 on your roster, not going to start at your tight end, but you want to stash away for a little bit, Daniel Bellinger of the New York Giants was a day 3 pick. Why am I giving you Daniel Bellinger? Not because I think he's great, but Mack, because he's the tight end 1 on the Giants, and Brian Dable's going to look at him as their Dawson Knox this year, and I think he's going to vulture some touchdowns in the red zone. A day 3 pick is their starting tight end for a football team. Let me stash him away.
All right. I got to get another running back before we wrap this up, and he cost Kenyon Drake a job, and we all know Josh Jacobs is almost never. How many running backs are healthy through, especially now, a 17-game season? So I think at some point you're going to see Zamir White get a ton of carries for the Raiders out in Vegas. I'll take him 10th with my final pick as we've drafted our favorite rookies for fantasy football here in our penultimate segment of this weekend's 5-Star Weekend. Coming up